We're going to do a little experiment today. This is a leftover clay flue tile, like you'd see for a fireplace flue. They come in 2-foot sections. This one is a 13 by 18 flue. And it's used, but it's not cracked or anything. And it's pretty cold out today, so it just it's like 1 o'clock now, and it's warmed up to about 3 degrees. It was negative 16 this morning, and then when the wind chill, it was like negative 40. So I'm gonna take this flue and we're gonna do a little experiment with it. So these clay flues aren't meant to, they're not meant to handle fire. They're only meant to carry the exhaust gases or byproducts of combustion out the chimney. So you never should have fire inside your flue. Well, let's just experiment and see what happens when we do have fire in the flue, and see how it acts on a cold day like this. Potentially you have a chimney that's completely outside of the house, and you know this flue is going to be just as cold as it is right now. Take a little peek. So you can see there's no cracks in it. Still some ice on it. There are some lines and stuff from old drippings and stuff, but you see the fire is just starting to get going in there. So no cracking yet. And we'll just watch it for a bit and see what happens. So here we are, 8 minutes and 40 seconds into the burn, and no visible signs of damage yet. You can see all the ice is, the heat is starting to penetrate this other side, and it's starting to kind of melt off a bit. All right, here we go. 10 minutes, 30 seconds in. Fire is going pretty good in there. Please remember, folks, that this flue is not intended to hold fire. Oh, here we go. Look, you see it? Just there. Shadow is in the way. Okay, I'll have to go sideways a bit. You can see it there. First sign of cracking. Inside we're starting to melt all that stuff off. And cracking on this side. Do you see it? Right there. So there you go. It's very hard for these flues not to crack, especially in temperatures like this, because of the thermal shock of it. The fire on the inside, this is actually still cool to the touch on the outside, and on the inside I couldn't put my hand in there, it's too hot, right? So you see this water kind of starting to, it's warm, but it's not hot. Okay, up here is cold, down here it's warmer, starting to steam right here because everything's come. Look at it vent right through that crack. Do you see that? And that smoke has a chance to come out the top. You can clearly see it wants to come out there. And this is the same thing that will happen on the inside of your chimney. It will escape inside your chimney just like that. It has a chance to come out the top, but it really wants to come out here for some reason. Let's check this crack out. It's still cool to touch here. And hot on the inside. You can't, yeah, you wouldn't want to touch it. You don't want to touch it in there. It's very hot. So yeah, the flues, the clay flues, this is the downside to them. If you have a really cold day and you want to have a fire, you better start your fire nice and slow. Same with the wood stove if it's on clay flues, or a fireplace. Start it nice and slow, and you know, build that temperature up slowly, because you can see I have fire in here, and it's not hot. Like, I can still touch it here. If you could bring up the outside temperature of the flue and the inside temperature at the same time, then it wouldn't do this. We could just raise that temperature indefinitely. But when the heat's all on the inside and nothing on the outside, it's cold still. This is what happens. It's called thermal shock. And on a flue this size, on a fireplace, rarely do I see them cracked on a fireplace. A lot of times when flues crack, it's because of wood stoves and chimney fires. A boiler flue won't crack like this. It doesn't handle that kind of heat, and it won't crack like that. They'll deteriorate in a different way if you have a high efficiency boiler, and then the acids will eat it away. Let's see, can we touch? Well, you can still put the hand out here. I mean, it's really hot on the inside. I wish I had an infrared thermometer, but I don't. And on the inside, I can tell you it's really hot. And out here, I can lay my hand right on it. So clay flues are really good at protecting you from heat transfer through the system, you know. This is why we don't have to put insulation on them. Although, you know, putting insulation on it would be a good idea. Okay, here we go. Starting to spider web out like that. See it? It's going horizontal now. And let's see how far we go. That crack continues all the way over here. Anything different here? I don't see anything horizontal yet. Oh, right here. Just barely. Yep. Yeah, it's hot on that side. Oh, there you go. And then the inside. On the outside, you can't see too much. There it is. It's like the tiniest little hairline. But you'd think that these flues would separate right now, right? It's cracked through and through, but they're holding. Let me see if I can kick it one more time. Here we are, 21 minutes in. See if we can pop it apart. Still not. Oh, look at that. We did open it. There you go. That's what you don't want the inside of your chimney to look like. There we go, a couple nice clean breaks. Ice is getting so slippery now that it's melting. So this fire, all in all, you know, it wasn't that shocking. We could have made it a lot, you know, increase the temperature a lot faster, and it would have cracked sooner. In the event of a chimney fire, any flue that you have, clay flue like this, is gonna it's gonna snap the same way. It's gonna crack. It needs expansion. And you can't raise the inside temperature and the outside temperature at the same time. So while they do work, if you can keep fire out of your system, keep it in your appliance or your fireplace, raise temperatures slowly, you could get many years out of a system with flues in it. But it's just not the same as the stainless steel, because the stainless steel, it's much thinner. And you don't get that thermal shock to it. You know, maybe eventually I'll try to do the same same thing inside of one of these liners, like one of these bigger liners. I'll put a fire in it and we'll see what it does. But it's not gonna crack like that flue system does. And don't get me wrong, any of that stainless steel, if you have a severe fire in it, or a fire like this, or a chimney fire, you're gonna compromise the stainless steel. That won't last forever either. It will turn all like blue and purple and just different colors, and then your stainless properties are gone. Then your system will be subject to rust and pinholes and stuff like that. It will last a lot longer though, and it has a better chance of surviving a chimney fire and then still getting many more years out of it.